Well, the time has finally arrived. It's time to start Series 2 of the Globe Explorer. So, before I do announce the team that we will be starting with, let's just do a quick recap of the rules of this save. So, first of all, you've got to start with the nearest non league side to where you are. So, I'm in Exeter, so it's going to be one of a few teams. I don't think there's any in Devon, so we're going to be either in Cornwall, Somerset, or Dorset. So I do know who I'm starting with, so that will be revealed shortly. And also, it's just got to be realistically, as you got to keep it realistic. Because if I'm in League Two, £1,000 a week, I'm not going to go to another job that's offering me less money because that is just absolutely ridiculous. You've got to think real life. Would you take the job if it's a pay rise? Probably. If it's the same league, probably not. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll play that fiddle when we come to it. So yeah, it's basically the same rules as last time, and the goal is win the Champions League. That's the only goal. Win the Champions League and obviously do it before FM25 releases. And this will be my final save on FM24. So hopefully we do actually win some form of silverware. Hopefully the Champions League, maybe even the Club World Cup. I'm sure we'll get to do that at some point in this save. So roll the titles. So as you can see, we have been hired as the manager of Weymouth FC. They are situated down in Dorset, so a little bit little bit east, no, never east, west of Bournemouth, so about 30 miles from Bournemouth, I think. That's just a rough estimation. Again, we will look at a map in a couple of minutes just to see how far we have to travel and see if we have to like potentially buy a house in Weymouth, which I think we might have to do, but we'll see. We'll just have a look through this. Then we'll see how much money we are on, and see how much we can borrow from the trusty old mortgage calculator. But again, we might not have enough to buy a house. We might have to live in the office. So Weymouth have today confirmed the appointment of Jack Clatworthy as the new club's manager. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football at the appointment of the inexperienced 20-year-old. I I think inexperienced is a strong word, considering I did take Exeter City from League One to Premier League champions in probably space of about 10 seasons. I think it was. I mean, I think that's a bit harsh, and he is sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at the Bob Lucas Stadium. He replaces previous manager Mark Mosey, who did actually also play for Exeter. I'm not sure how many games he played. I can't remember when he played. It was like a good, at least 15 years ago he played for us, but it might have been a little bit longer than that. So he did play for Exeter. I don't think he was very good, but he did play for Exeter, so that's quite handy to know. So let's take a look at this. So reputation 1 star, media prediction is 18th. We do have a director of football. Not sure if he's a real person. No, he is not. He's 39 years old. Bit young to be a director of football, aren't you? So our assistant manager is Mike Percival. Don't know who he is. He's been at Weymouth a couple years now. So 51. He does not look like a 51-year-old. That's not a 51-year-old. He looks like mid-40s, but not 51. That's absolutely ridiculous. So fierce rivals are Yeovil Town, which I mean, they're completely in a different league. They're in the Vanarama National. We're in the South. So we are in the FA Cup, second qualifying round. If we can get to the first round, then that'd be very good. FA Trophy coming to the second round, so that'd be actually quite handy to go far in. Or I think budgets at the moment £0. Hopefully, I doubt we're gonna get any better transfer fees this transfer window or this season. I very much doubt it, but you never know. So we do play at the Bob Lucas Stadium, 6,600 capacity. I think 900 of it is seated. So um, if we can sell out the stadium a couple times a season, that'd be absolutely fantastic. If not, we'll make do with it. And we've got basic training and youth facilities, limited youth recruitment. I don't really do any youth recruitment, so that's going to mean nothing. So team report, best 11 says our best 11 is a 4-3-3, but we can make that judgment when we see the squad. But I think at the moment, I'm going to keep it, use this system, I think, because the 4-3-3, it's a very good formation and better than a 3 at the back system. So I think we might play that. I'm not sure who is he. Well, he looks a bit terrible, so might not play a 4-3-3, but we'll see who our best players are just shortly. So what do they want me to do this season, Paul? Paul wants me to avoid the relegation from the Panorama South. So we're starting a little bit from a lower sort of team. Because obviously last series we were starting with Torquay, so that was a very easy team to start with because they just recently got relegated from the Panorama National. This one, it's going to be a little tricky. The first season going to be tricky. It's not going to be a straight up promotion. It might be, but I very much doubt it. I very much doubt. I think this first season might be a bit of a struggle, but I guess that's for us to find out. They want us to be competitive in both of the cups. Our contract expires at the end of this year. That is nice. So a little bit more pressure added on. So, the fans want us to remain in the Panorama South. Be competitive against Yeovil if we happen to play them. We're not. Maybe next season or a couple of seasons after when we play against them in the Panorama National. Get the better of our rivals Dorchester if we happen to play them. I'm not sure what league Dorchester in. Certainly not this league, because I think they're probably like tier 7 or tier 8, I think. I very much doubt it. Do we arrange press conferences? Yes, we do. We don't do intra-squad friendlies. Do the backroom staff meetings every month. Don't need to do them every week, because quite frankly, that is just boring. Right, before we do take a look around the squad, how much are we on? £450. Let's see if that's enough to buy a house in Weymouth. Right, for those of you wondering where Weymouth actually is, so it's in the south of England, southwest of England. Probably about 10 miles from Bournemouth, I'd say, maybe a little further than that, but this is where I am, Exeter, the general Exeter area, so it's, depending on traffic, it's an hour and 30 minutes drive. I don't really want to do that every day, because, quite frankly, it's a lot of petrol, a lot of money, so we're going to have to try and buy a house. So let's go to the trusty old mortgage calculator. So we could borrow up to £76,000. So let's see if we can buy a house in Weymouth. I very much doubt it. I have initially set the price to a maximum of 100,000. So we're going to have to take that down a bit. Is there any houses? I don't think there is going to be a house. Again, that's a caravan, so that's definitely not going to happen. That's a retirement home. I'm not over 60 yet. I've got another 40 years till I'm over 60. That's a caravan. This is not looking promising. This one, that's a holiday home. That's a holiday home again. This is not looking promising at all. Yeah, this is not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Part of the land. Oh my god. What do we do here? I mean, we're gonna just have to rent, aren't we? Or I guess we could. I guess we could live in a caravan. I guess. Which I don't think. Can we rent? I don't think we can. Oh, this is yeah, this is is there anywhere? Let's go up to 10 miles. Is there any other places? Oh god, this is not good at all. This is not good at all. I mean, we may as well, right? I think yeah, I think we made the decision. I think I think we're just gonna have a live in a caravan for now. I mean, I guess what's the worst that could happen? I mean, we could buy the caravan. We could stay in there. I'm sure within the next couple of years, when we do eventually get a pay increase, we can probably eventually buy a house. So I guess that's the plan for the first couple of years until we get a new contract. Let's just live in this caravan, which by the looks of it does look pretty decent, but what happens when the caravan site is closed? What happens then? Where do we sleep? I think we just have to sleep in the office for now. I think this might be a last resort, but at the moment we're probably just gonna sleep in the office. So yeah. Let's meet the squad. Well, after our very unsuccessful hunt for a house and us having to live in a caravan, which not that ideal, but when we do get a new contract, we will eventually buy a house or a flat if we can. But that's only if we have a decent pay increase, because obviously we're only at £450. I think £800 should be enough to buy a house. But at the moment, we're probably living in the office. I will see if any of the other players do want to house share with me, which I gotta be honest with you, I don't think that's going to happen. So let's take a look at it. We'll do the expectations first. We'll just accept all that because I don't think there's going to be anything wrong with that. I mean, we've already taken a look at that. I think that's pretty much self-explanatory. Avoid relegation. That's all we have to do. The other caps, that's pretty much a bonus. If we could do well in the other cups, that'd be very good. So this is our best player, Jordan Maguire Drew, 25 years old. I feel like I feel like I've heard of him before. He's done the rest. He's done the ground. He really has. He's played for Wrexham, Brighton, Leighton Orient, Yeovil, Grimsby. I mean, Yeovil, our rivals. I'm surprised he's come to us, to be honest, because I did not think he was going to switch from Yeovil to Weymouth, considering they are rivals, but they are in a similar sort of end to the country. I mean, one's Somerset, one's Dorset, so sort of near each other. So, I mean, that's our best player. He's a right winger, so we're definitely going to be using a winger formation. So next up, there's Nahum Melvin Lambert. He's a striker, so definitely going to be playing the striker. 20 years old. He is one of our players, so he could potentially go for a bit of money if we can, when the time is right to sell him. But who's he playing for? So he's been Weymouth on loan last season, so just recently made this move loan permanent, so that's not too bad. Came through the Reading youth system, so he looks not a bad striker. What is he? Impressive forward, can be a poacher, can also be a target forward, can also probably play as a advanced forward. He doesn't really have a huge amount of pace to be advanced forward, so he probably will be a pressing forward for now, but we might switch him to advanced forward depending on what system we're going to be using. So Elliot Bolton is our third best player at the club. 21 years old, is a playmaker, central midfielder, ball winning midfielder, any of those roles. Can also play defensive mid, so we might potentially still play a 4-3-3, but I think his best role is centre mid. He's played at Wimbledon most of his career, just recently moved to Weymouth, so he was quite a good little player. Charlie Rowan, another 25-year-old player, 4 stars. That's not too bad. Who's he play for? Oxford City, QPR, a lot of decent clubs. Only having experience at Valorant myself, it's all right. It's okay. So definitely going to play. I think we'll probably be playing 4 at the back. I'm not sure what fullbacks we actually have. So we've got Brandon Goodship, another striker. So I'm sort of leaning towards a 4-2-4, 4-4-2. Certainly one of them formations. We've got another striker, SEO Toure, Italian. So that's nice. Never played in Italy. Where was he born? He was born in Italy. How did you find your way to Weymouth from Italy? That is just absolutely flabbergasted. We've also got Mo Shabar. He's a 19-year-old left winger striker. Who else have you played for? Sal, Wuthering, Crawley. Edgerton, Kingsbury, that was your first club. 29 goals in 35 appearances. I mean, that's not too bad. If you could do that with us, that'd be absolutely amazing. But what position were they playing you in to get 25 goals? I presume it was striker. Then moving on to the sort of the fringe players, we do have a right mid. He is a right wing back. Again, not ready for more formation that we're going to be using. He probably will end up using him as right back. So I think for now, I mean, just sorted it by best positions. Don't have a right back. That's quite alarming. Can Rowan play right back? Not really. I guess Calvin Brooks can play right back. Max Hemmings is probably our right back, but he's going to be out for the rest of the season. So let's just forget about him. Can we release him? So I think at the moment we're just going to load up a 4-2-4. We'll see what tactics they do want us to play. Again, compressed down in Valorant. I don't. We'll just load up a ring play for now. I guess we'll just do this. We'll do this one for now. We'll just do a 4-2-4. We'll get to see what the best 11 is. We'll do the pick roles and duties. So who's Benfield? He is apparently our best goalkeeper. Better than Smalley. I mean, Smalley, it does have decent potential, to be fair. Well, Valorant South potential. This is the league we're in. So potentially we're going to have to be looking for a new goalkeeper. Obviously, Hemmings out for... Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's... I mean, can we just move him down? Can we just mutual terminate his contract? Is that an option we could have? I mean, you're out for 14 to 15 months. I mean... There's no point you being here, but I guess we have to keep him around. It would have been nice for him to leave, but that is definitely a area that we need to strengthen in is right back. Because I mean, we'll just put Calvin Brooks there because that'd be the right back we have playing there for now. But I mean, as far as squads go, it's not too bad. Impressive forward and target forward. I mean, I think that's pretty much bog standard down in non-league. So I'd say that's not a bad little squad to begin with. There is definitely space for improvement. Probably like left back, right back, definitely a goalkeeper. Let's just get him out of the squad. So obviously Smalley at the moment will be our first choice goalkeeper unless we can get like a loan. We'll just move him into a centre back's defence. What's our budget looking like? £370 spare wage budget. Obviously no transfer budget. I don't think we've got any clauses to sell. Not yet. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's this first season. As long as we get through this first season relatively unscathed, I think we'll be fine. Because the first season quite usually is the hardest. Once you get to the second season, it should be relatively straightforward from there. So I think that's where we're gonna leave it in today's episode. So obviously, any transfers we do make, I'm sure we'll get in at least a few players, definitely a right back and a left back. We're sorted for centre backs, but I think we just need to strengthen in the positions where we only have like one or two players in the position. So yeah, we're definitely going to have at least a few players joining us in the next episode. So I will see you all tomorrow where we shall begin life with Weymouth when we play our first games of the brand new season against Hampton and Richmond and Maidstone. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.